What happens when the irresistible force meets the queen? Chaos. But what happens when a legend steps into even the odds? We're about to break down one of the most explosive moments from Friday Night Smackdown that has the WWE Universe absolutely buzzing. I'm talking about Lash Legend making a statement that shook the entire women's division. If you thought you knew what was coming next in this rivalry, think again. What's up, WWE Sphere family? Welcome back to the channel where we break down all the hardest hitting action, the biggest surprises, and the moments that have everyone talking. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon because you do not want to miss our deep dives into everything WWE. Let's get into it. Before we dive into this moment, we need to understand the powder keg that's been building on Smackdown. We're talking about two of the most dominant forces in WWE history on a collision course, and the tension has been absolutely electric. On one side, you have Nia Jax, the irresistible force, a woman who has bulldozed through the competition, a former women's champion who doesn't just beat her opponents, she destroys them. Nia has been on an absolute tear, reminding everyone why she's one of the most physically dominant superstars in WWE history. And then there's Charlotte Flair. The Queen, 14-time women's champion, second-generation superstar, the genetically superior athlete who has held gold in every major wrestling promotion. Charlotte doesn't just expect to win, she demands respect, and she's proven time and time again why she's considered one of the greatest of all time. These two titans have been circling each other for weeks. The verbal jabs, the stare-downs, the near confrontations backstage. The WWE Universe has been waiting for these two to finally collide, and on this particular edition of Smackdown, things reached a boiling point that nobody saw coming. So let's set the scene. We're in the middle of Friday Night Smackdown, the crowd is absolutely electric, and Nia Jax makes her way to the ring. You can feel the intensity in the arena. She's got that look in her eyes, you know, the one, that, I'm not here to talk, I'm here to send a message, look. Nia grabs a microphone and begins addressing the SmackDown women's division. She's laying down the law, making it crystal clear that nobody on the roster is on her level. She's calling out everyone from the locker room, saying she's already proven she's the most dominant force in WWE, and if anyone disagrees, they can step up right now. And that's when the music hits. That iconic entrance theme echoes through the arena, and you know who it is. Charlotte Flair walks out onto that stage with all the confidence in the world, championship legacy behind her, and she is not backing down from Nia's challenge. Charlotte makes her way down the ramp, microphone in hand, and she's firing back immediately. She tells Nia that being big doesn't make you the best. She reminds everyone watching that she's conquered every women's division she's ever been part of, and Nia Jax is just another obstacle in her path to championship gold. The crowd is going absolutely crazy. These two are face to face in the ring, neither one backing down an inch. The tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Security is at ringside, referees are trying to maintain order, but you can tell, something is about to explode. And then it happens. Words turn to shoves. Shoves turn to strikes. Security tries to separate them, but there's no containing these two forces of nature. Charlotte lands a chop that echoes through the arena. Nia responds with a shoulder tackle that sends the Queen stumbling backward. But here's where things get interesting, WWE Sphere family. Charlotte, being the tactical genius she is, she's been in this position 1,000 times. She rolls out of the ring, seemingly to regroup, but we know the Queen always has a plan. Nia's standing in the ring, adrenaline pumping, calling Charlotte back in. But Charlotte's at ringside, and she's got that calculated look. She grabs a steel chair. Now, the referee is immediately calling for security, trying to prevent what's about to happen, but Charlotte is on a mission. Charlotte slides back into the ring with that chair, and Nia's ready for a fight. But the Queen is one of the most cerebral competitors in WWE history. She waits for the perfect moment, she dodges Nia's charge, and crack, chair shot right across the back. Nia drops to one knee, and Charlotte isn't finished. Another chair shot. And another. The referee is calling for the bell, security is rushing the ring, but Charlotte Flair has snapped. She's tired of Nia's disrespect, tired of Nia claiming to be unstoppable, and she's making a statement right here, right now. Nia's down in the ring, Charlotte's standing over her with that chair raised high, And you can see it in her eyes, she's about to deliver one more devastating blow that could seriously injure the irresistible force. And this is where everything changes. Just when Charlotte is about to bring that chair down one more time, music hits the speakers that nobody expected to hear in this moment. Lash Legend sprints down that ramp at full speed, and the crowd erupts. Charlotte turns around, chair still in hand, and she's face to face with someone who just threw themselves into the fire. Lash slides into the ring and immediately positions herself between Charlotte and the fallen Nia Jax. Now, let's talk about what a massive moment this is for Lash Legend. This is a woman who has been making waves in WWE, proving herself week after week. She's got the athleticism, she's got the charisma, and she's got the heart of a champion. But stepping between Charlotte Flair and her target, that takes a different level of courage. Charlotte is shocked. She's staring at Lash like, "Who do you think you are?" But Lash isn't backing down. She's standing tall, arms spread wide, making it absolutely clear that if Charlotte wants to get to Nia, she's going to have to go through her first. The crowd is losing their minds. This is awesome, chants are breaking out throughout the arena. Nobody expected Lash Legend to insert herself into this rivalry, and the implications are huge. Charlotte's pointing at Lash, yelling at her to move, but Lash is stone-faced. She's not intimidated by the 14-time champion. She's not backing down from the queen. Security is surrounding the ring now, referees are trying to restore order, but the damage is done, or should I say, the damage has been prevented. Charlotte eventually backs up the ramp, chair still in hand, staring daggers at both Lash Legend and Nia Jax. But you can see the wheels turning in her head. This isn't over. Not by a long shot. In the ring, Lash is checking on Nia, helping her to her feet. And here's where it gets really interesting, the look on Nia's face. She's not exactly grateful. She's not smiling. This is Nia Jax we're talking about, the irresistible force who has always operated alone, who has never needed anyone's help. The two women lock eyes in the ring. There's this moment of tension where you're not sure what's going to happen. Is Nia going to attack Lash for interfering? Is she going to show respect? The uncertainty is palpable. Okay, WWE Sphere family, let's break down why this moment is so significant and what it means for the future of SmackDown's women's division. First off, Lash Legend just announced herself as a major player in this rivalry. She didn't just save Nia, she put herself directly in Charlotte Flair's crosshairs. The Queen doesn't forget, and she definitely doesn't forgive. Lash has now made an enemy of one of the most dangerous competitors in WWE history. But what's her motivation? That's the question everyone's asking. Is this about respect? Is Lash trying to prove she belongs at the top of the division by standing up to Charlotte? Or is there something deeper here? Does she have history with Charlotte we don't know about? Is she aligning herself with Nia, or was this a one-time act of doing what she thought was right? Then we have to consider Nia Jax's perspective. This is a woman who has built her entire career on being unstoppable. She doesn't need saving. She doesn't need help. So how is she going to react to Lash Legend stepping in? Is she going to see it as disrespect, like Lash doesn't think she can handle herself? Or is there a possibility we could see these two form some kind of alliance? And Charlotte. Oh, you know the Queen is furious. She was about to send the ultimate message to Nia Jax, to solidify her dominance, and Lash Legend robbed her of that moment. Charlotte Flair is calculating, strategic, and absolutely ruthless when someone crosses her. Lash just painted a target on her back, and Charlotte's going to be looking for payback. This single moment has potentially created a three-way dynamic that could define SmackDown's women's division for months to come. We could be looking at a triple threat scenario, potential tag team situations, or even a complete restructuring of the championship picture. So what happens next? Well, if WWE history has taught us anything, it's that actions have consequences, and these consequences are going to be explosive. I expect Charlotte to demand some kind of retribution. Whether that's a match with Lash Legend to teach her a lesson, or finding a way to take out both Nia and Lash simultaneously, the Queen is going to strike back. She has the experience, the killer instinct, and the championship pedigree to make life absolutely miserable for anyone who crosses her. Nia Jax also has to address this situation. She was vulnerable, she was down, and someone had to save her. That doesn't sit well with the irresistible force. We could see Nia confront Lash backstage, demanding to know why she interfered. Or we could see these two have a conversation that leads to an unexpected partnership. This has been WWE Sphere, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.